How come every time somebody says it's better to wait until you're married before you have kids, people are always like, well, he can still leave you even if you're married. He can still leave you even Duh!
Hey people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here, and welcome to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So this video is a video where we're having the conversation of having a child. Is it more commitment than being married? So this is that came online to talk about how people usually come to tell girls and women that want to be married first before having a child that it's almost the same. That why do you want to do that? Because the man will still leave you if the man wants to leave you. So why get married before having a child? And this is how came on to put on the argument to say, you know what, even though it's more commitment to have a child, excuse me, it's more commitment to have a child than to be married. And people should stop saying that, oh, it's still going to leave you either way if you even get married and all that. And she went on to just really rant. And this has struck the bigger conversation. So I want to hear from you. Okay, the question for today's video is, do you think having a child is more commitment than being married, or you think being married is more commitment than being having a child? Because we see how the baby mama, baby daddy culture has really rose, and I feel like it comes from a place where people are like, you know what, if it's going to leave, I could as just well just have the baby and don't tie. And there are honestly people that believe that they may want to have a child with you, but they don't want to get married to you because they feel like marriage is a bigger commitment than having a child. And for me, I'm just like, okay, where are we here? Anyway, guys, let's go check out the sister talk and then we'll come back and talk more. And let me know if you agree with her or if you disagree with her.
How come every time somebody says it's better to wait until you're married before you have kids, people are always like, well, he can still leave you even if you're married. He can still leave you even Duh! Duh. The same way you can still in a car accident even if you have your seatbelt on, but it's probably still a good idea to put that seatbelt on when you get in the car, right? Marriage protects you and gives you benefits that being a baby mama does not. Okay? So if you want to be a baby mama, that's your call. You're grown. You can do whatever you want. But stop trying to make women who want to wait until they're married before they have kids sound like they're crazy. Thank you.
Let me know what you think about what she said down in the comment section. What are your thoughts? Do you agree with her? Do you disagree with her? Let me know your own take down in the comment section. So I personally, I have a lot to say. Okay, I have a lot to say because sometimes a lot of people usually say that, oh, being having a child is more commitment than being married. Some people say being married is more commitment than having a child. But especially in the culture where we have when people are normalizing being a baby mama, baby daddy everywhere, like I really have a lot to say about it. But this video has gotten a lot of people to talk about this and chime in on it because the internet is almost divided. Some people are like, oh, I rather just have a child with him and not be married with him because he can also break up with me, he can still leave me, I can still be a single mother if I'm married to him, even and all that. And this has amplified people to go ahead to be baby mamas. Anyway, guys, let's go check out people's thoughts on this. But I want to know what you think down in the comment section. Go ahead and share your thoughts. So let's go check people's thoughts on this and then we'll come back and talk more.
Marriage protects you and gives you benefits that being a baby mama does not.
Hello, baby mama here. And no, I don't necessarily subscribe to that culture or that term because I am my son's mother, the child's mother. But this is a real ass statement.
Yeah.
I can't stress to you enough. Yes, a man can make you a single parent as a wife,
Yeah.
just as any other circumstance.
Mhm.
But there is a legal protections in place if he ups and decides to leave his family. And I can't stress that enough to you. There's a higher level of accountability for a man as a husband versus being a baby father. Yes, he can abandon you still with those children, but let's just say, for instance, you've been married for 8 years, 12 years. Guess what? When he decides to up and leave, making sure that he has income, over the table income, you're getting alimony. Not only are you just getting child support, but you're also getting alimony. He has an obligation to legally sustain the lifestyle that was established before he decided to change his mind. And guess what? As the baby mama, you don't get that option. When he decides he wants to opt out of his family, that's it. No, this is not about using a man for his money or child support or alimony. This is about making the proper decisions to protect yourself and your children with your decision making as a woman and as a mother. It is much more beneficial to be a wife than it is to be a baby mama.
Duh!
Okay, so fun fact, if I was 19, 20, 21 again, I would have disagreed with this video. However, something somewhat recent happened that made me completely agree with this girl and what she is saying. So I have this cousin, and my cousin is considered an illegitimate child because he was born out of wedlock. My cousin's father, years later, married a different woman and had children by that woman, and years and years and years later, this man had passed on. Now, don't ask me any questions about the legality of it all, because I don't know. This happened like a couple of years back. But what happened was, my cousin, because he was the illegitimate child of that man, he did not inherit any property that that man had in life. It all went to his children that he had in marriage because the courts recognized those children. The courts did not recognize the son that he had years and years before his marriage. They did not recognize him. So because of that, my cousin did not inherit a single piece of property, money, or even a shoestring from his deceased father. In fact, even when it came to like the whole funeral process, he was actually excluded in the planning of it all, despite the fact that he was the oldest amongst all of his dad's kids. The children that he had in marriage were the ones that were making the decision of what to do with the body, what funeral home to go to, all of that. And I say this to say that having kids outside of marriage versus in marriage makes such a difference in a child's life, even if y'all decide to get a divorce or if that you. And to respond with saying, oh, he'll still leave you, or you'll still be a single mom if y'all decide to get a divorce, are just bird brain responses. Because, and I know we all know that a woman loses so much in a divorce. A woman loses a lot more when she has a child by a man that she's not married to. So y'all could continue with the dumb responses and all that when it comes to whether to have children in marriage or outside of marriage. But the point still stands. And honestly, y'all just need to do better.
It's better to wait until you're married before you have kids. People are always like, well, he can still leave you even if you're married.
My favorite thing about this conversation is when people start citing all of the things that you can do instead of get married. Like, you don't have to get married. You can do this. You can sign a cohabitation agreement, a partnership agreement. You can fix your will. You can do whatever. You could do all of those things and they still wouldn't be marriage. Next of kin, la-di-da-di-da. You know why? Because marriage is marriage. And legally, it wouldn't make sense to put the rights and obligations of marriage into something else, because if people wanted the rights and obligations of marriage, they would get married. I'm not a lawyer, but I know some things.
Benefits that being a baby mama does not.
Okay, I'm a little bit taken back. I know everyone has their own opinion, but as a woman who is having a baby and is not married but has been with her partner for 4 years, I feel insulted. I think society is so quick to put a label on unmarried parents as a baby mama or a baby daddy and attach such a negative connotation to those terms. It's 2024, almost 2025. I really thought the age of judging people or drawing a conclusion on someone based on their marital status and if they have a baby have truly passed. I have literally never judged anyone for wanting to wait until marriage to have kids. That is definitely the more conventional way to do it. But the important thing here is that I have a good job, really good insurance, and a stable income, and so does my partner. So regardless of what happens, like, my baby is good. We're good.
No shade to this creator, but like what? Like what? Like, what are those benefits? What are those benefits that married women or women who want marriage, what benefits is different than that of being a baby mama? What benefits do you seek or do you receive of being a married couple? Like, which ones? Which ones are you able to receive? What benefits are you able to receive that a baby mama won't be able to receive? Like, just compare it. Like, name a few for me. Because some of the same things that I'm hearing are things that could be done in a relationship. Like, one without a marriage certificate. Like, could you name a few for me? Like, no shade, but can you name some?
Marriage protects you and gives you benefits that being a baby.
Go watch the whole video so y'all can see where we're coming from. What's so crazy is I have this discussion all the time. And every time I lay out that piece of information, might I add, discussion, not debate, because that is a fact, not an opinion. Marriage gives you benefits that being a baby mama cannot. I don't care how much you and Khalil were in love. I don't care how many plans y'all had to live this beautiful life and y'all creating generational wealth. If it's not on paper and you're not married, you do not matter. The order of family affairs go spouse, children, oldest child to be accounted for, parents, and then siblings and everyone else in their respectful places. After that, working in the funeral industry, y'all don't know how many times I had to refuse the baby mama who was ready to come up there and pay the $10,000 for this extravagant funeral for her baby dad because they were in love and he didn't care about his wife when he left and he doesn't care about those other kids. They made him sick. Guess what? If the wife says that you cannot even come to that funeral, you can't come. And then there are some people who feel like, oh, I don't want to get married, but I will tell you this as another fact. Even if you don't get married, to each his own, make sure that there is some type of notarized piece of paper saying, hey, this is who will get what, perhaps a will. So before you as a baby mama come rolling through, ready to diddle daddle and do this and do that as if you the HBIC, make sure you are all set in place somewhere on paper because you will get refused, baby mama.
Okay, guys. Sorry, this song is just beaming on me, but yeah. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. But please, as always, keep it respectful. Yeah, on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So go ahead, feel free and share your thoughts, okay? I really want to know what you guys think. I feel like this conversation is very dicey. Depends on what your life story is and all that. But this is where coming from someone. See, like I keep saying here, I've been married. Hold on, guys. Let me adjust this light because I feel like it's blinding me and it should blind you. Okay. Oh, the sun is anyway down in my eyes. Okay, but coming from someone that has been married, I've been married for 11 years now and been with my partner so for 21 years together. So I can, and I'm one of those people that I don't believe in marriage. And I've come here a couple of times and I've said it and I've like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And I get it, like people talk about, oh, but what about having a child? But this is my own take on it, okay? My own take. Your opinion is welcome. Don't be disrespectful. I personally I also tell women don't even have a child, especially if you're not having the child for you. Most times when people get married, when women get married, They have these children because that's what society and that's what marriage is expected. The next thing is for you to have a child. But for me personally, if you're going to commit to having a child with somebody, you could as well just go ahead and do the marriage. But one thing I always talk about it, and I always preach and I always encourage women to do and go for, is that be very intentional about how you choose to live your life, what you choose to do with your life, because most of the time, most women go with the patriotic system that's been set in place for us, and we find out getting into it, and we're like, you know what, F8, I don't want to be a wife, I don't want to be a mother, but we're already there, we're already that, and you just have to deal with it. But at this point, we are now, women are sharing their story, women are talking, and I get it. There are some women that will just say, you know what, I don't want that commitment of marriage. I don't want marriage. I just want to have a child, and that is fine. If you want to, what that's something we talk about here too a lot. If you want to have a child and you choose that, oh, this is the route you want to go, you want to have a child, you want to be a mother, do it for you. Don't do it because society is expecting you. Like in my society, in my culture, you usually keep your marriage by having a child. I've actually had somebody come up to me to tell me that, oh, maybe Destiny, maybe you should try something else, maybe your marriage. I'm like, no, I don't want a child. Honestly, I don't want a child, and I don't want a child. There are other options I could go for another, but honestly, I have tested my life both ways, and I love my life without a child. So for me, if you're going to make that big step commitment and say, you know what, I want to have a child, then go ahead and just get married. But okay, why don't you do the marriage and have it the non-conventional way, like be married but live like a partner? But because you already shared a child with this person, you know that okay, you're protecting yourself and the child legally. Like the sister that was sharing the story about her cousin, this is something that happens a lot in my society, in my culture. If you go and have a child for a man in Nigeria, mostly Nigerian men, if you go and have a child for a Nigerian man without him marrying you, without you being a wife, and he went ahead, you like your child should be 10 years older, and he goes ahead to go and marry another woman, and that woman has a child, and that child is 5 years, and your own child is 20 years. That child, that 5 years old child, has more say about his father, his father's property, his father's name than you. So in that sense, I would say, if you're going to have a child, you can as well just go do the whole thing. Go ahead and do the whole thing. Another place that I want to come from, which is kind of because a lot of time we're talking about the protection in terms of financially and all that. But what if this man is a broke man? What if this man is a broke man? There's nothing for you to inherit. There's nothing for you to get, like, okay. So what's the marriage for? Because sometimes some people are like, oh, it protects you from this, for you to be in his funeral. Because that's some of the lists that people are saying, that those are some of the benefits of being a wife than being a baby mama, or being married and being married before having kids. What if at that point be you don't want to be in the relationship, or at that point you don't want to be in this funeral, you don't want to make those decisions, like you don't want all that. Up, then what else? Like, I don't know. So I feel like as a person, you ask yourself if that is what you want to do. No shame to baby mama. If that's what you want, a child, go ahead, have your child, go live your best life. There are a lot of women that has done the work, they know themselves, they don't want to get married, but they just want children, and they went on to have children, they went on to adopt, they went on to do all sorts of things. Love it for them. And also there are some women that holds it secret and say, you know what, I have to be married first before I have a child. I respect that too. But for me, if you're going to have a child, for me personally, let me answer that question. I feel like it is more commitment to have a child than to be married. So if you're going to do one, if you're going to have a child, you can as well just get married. But you can actually do the marriage and not have a child. But if you're going to have a child, just get married, because you've already done the major commitment. Just go ahead and do the other one. That's my own take on it. So anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. I'd love to know what you think about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, and share your thoughts. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see. And that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.